Why, hello there! If you're here, it's because I didn't quite get to your reading. Oh goodness, I guess it's been 2 weeks now. I'm so sorry. I had troubles with flying and then I got super sick and then I got a cat allergy and my dad's in the hospital. It was just a shit show, but you know what? We're here and I'm feeling better. We're medicated. We did a meditation. We're ready to answer some tarot questions. So thank you so much for trusting me as your reader, as your psychic. I do hope that it is worth the wait and it is a positive experience. Your timestamps are in the description below if you'd like to skip ahead, and I will see you there. Thank you again. Zachie! Hi, Zachie. You said you would like a love reading. Let's get your little, Ooh, I forgot to put the thing up. Let's... Properties. There we go. You said, hey, Ron, I'd love a love reading, and I'd love to give you a love reading. What does Zachie need to know about love right now? What's going on with Zachie? What's coming in? What's coming in? I don't know if you're... excuse me. I don't know if you're single or in a relationship. But whatever the case may be, I'll do my best to translate for both. Alright, or if you have someone in your hearts, you know. Okay. Okay, alright, this is your energy. The Ten of Cups. We just want a family. We just want our soul connection. We want deep fulfillment. This is also coming from a really sweet and kind place where we want harmony, so we're willing to bend where we need to, but at the same time, you know, we understand that we can't force people to feel a certain way or be a certain way. Really love this. This is a beautiful card to come up as in a love reading. Your focus right now is the Two of Pentacles, going back and forth on something. How much more can I bend? It's interesting that I had brought up that we're willing to like bend in ways that we need to. But the Two of Pentacles represents going back and forth. It represents an energy of I have so much on my plate, so much on my mind. It's difficult to juggle. My energy is being pulled in all directions. And so you may find yourself, you know, saying, how much more do I need to give? How much more do I need to push before I get, you know, the outcome that I prefer? I want you to know that you are putting out the right stuff, like the right energy. It's beautiful, like as I said earlier, to come up as a Ten of Cups, but seeing the Two of Pentacles, I can tell it's difficult to maintain, right? To just keep smiling, to just keep loving unconditionally in that manner. You know, over time, you want to see reciprocity. You don't want to be the person that's doing everything. Your outcome is the Hermit card. I will say that you will give yourself some space and some time to heal, some time to really reflect and discern that, you know, is this really the kind of relationship that I want? I don't know if you're single or in a relationship or if you have someone in your heart, as I mentioned earlier, but I do kind of see you taking some time to separate. And it doesn't have to be physically, like if you're with someone, it can just be like mentally. I'm focusing inward, I'm focusing on myself, because I do think that you have been the backbone of this relationship, or when it comes to love, you're exerting a lot, and we want to see you have more love, be attracted, not necessarily forced, right? Like we don't want to keep begging and pleading, or we don't want to keep like reaching and not getting anywhere. And so I see you taking more of like a relaxed position. Just know a lot of answers are going to come to you this way. I think that a line that you are kind of struggling to put, a boundary you are struggling to put up, is going to come to you as well. Now, your challenge is a Fool card. They want you to take a new approach. As I said, you're going to. I already see that happening with the Hermit card. And your advice card is the Knight of Cups, to just give love without any expectation of something in return. But obviously, if something is disappointing you, you shouldn't keep pouring into it. They want you to, you know, give love in every facet, not necessarily just to, you know, a certain person. Or if you're like using this app all the time and you're pushing, that isn't something that we should keep doing. Because the Knight of Cups, to me, especially with the Hermit and the Fool, says that if we give more to ourselves, you'll see that we start to radiate more of an attracting energy rather than you know, just things haven't been working. How come I can't do this? How come they don't understand me? How come they're not texting me back? You know, any kind of that stuff. If we kind of reel it back a little bit and focus on the things that do give back to us, focus on the things that we love, not necessarily what they like, not looking for approval, you'll notice that you always always had this Ten of Cups around you. You didn't have to reach for it. It's already there. You know, it's not something that you have to like break your mind, break your heart into finding. It's something that you can just choose to experience. And I know that's really silly to say, but I want to see what kind of person are you attracting right now? What energy? Oh goodness, oh my goodness. Well, we got the 12th house. What else? This is a shadow self. So this represents like our unconscious mind, the 12th house. You may find that you are much more pensive than usual. We also have Venus energy. This does represent love. I had mentioned earlier, you're putting out the right stuff with that Ten of Cups, and you know, this is another sign. We're putting out love. We're attracting love. And just know that anything that you hear, because Libra's here, it is honest, you know? Know that it is honest. Even if it's not fun to hear, it's honest and it is coming from a place of love. And what you do afterwards is, you know, up to you. Alrighty, that's what I got for you, Zachie. Thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed that. Hey, good luck with everything you are endeavoring. And remember that you are never alone and you are loved. Thank you, Zachie. Bye-bye. Hello there, Paerolewan. Hi. I know I didn't say your name right on stream. I know I'm not saying it right now, but thank you so much for trusting me. Thank you for coming to my stream on New Year's. Once again, I'm sorry that it's taken me 11 days. I've been sick. I've been so sick, and I'm still sick, but I'm feeling good. We're medicated, as I mentioned before. Yeah. Okay, I would really like a general reading. Thank you again for explaining the usual spreads that you do. It's really hitting the nostalgia. Oh, really? Good. I do, you know, if you're interested in reading tarot, if you read tarot already, oh my gosh, tarot has changed my life. I want to do your general reading for you. Thank you so much to Spirit and all the energies that are willing to help us and for the highest good. And I pray that it is accurate and exactly what they need to hear. Okay, what do we got? Ooh, the Lovers card. Choosing alignment. You also have the Princess of Cups in new fashions, new ways. Ooh, and the Prince of Wands. That brings in more excitement, brings in more whimsy into our life, more creativity. I also see you imagining yourself in places that you never would have dreamed of prior. There's an energy of you realizing how important it is to imagine, how important it is to just sit down and think what could be, what could happen, what's the best case scenario, and what can I do with that energy? So there's something that you have maybe picked up recently, or you're going to pick up. There's something really interesting, really shiny to you. And you're saying to yourself, ooh, what could I do with this? How far could I take this? Could this be like a new direction in my life? I just want you to know this is a very soul-aligned feeling of like, this is good. And I mean this because the Lovers is here. And whenever the Lovers comes up, at least in this position for me personally, it represents that we are in alignment with our soul's path. Okay, we're choosing something very divine. Like there's the angel, right? There's the mirror. We're looking at our, you know, the little beam of light. There's even a cup here, which represents true love. And so just to me personally, seeing this, especially as the focus, I see you wanting to take it further, wanting to take it to something more, and take it to the next level. So a lot of inspiration is going to come to you. Write it down. Write it down because it's important. It reminds me, you know, what I'm seeing in my mind is I went to animation school. I've got a degree and all that jazz, and something that a lot of artists do is they would write down ideas for shows or like pilots or characters, anything, and they would even draw it in their sketchbook. And anytime they would hit a block, like an artist block, they would just go back to their old sketchbooks and they'd look at the ideas that they jotted down, and then all of a sudden, like, oh wow, that's the answer, you know, that's what I see you, and so see you doing. So it's possible that maybe you've done some deep reflection. Maybe you have realized, wow, I've always wanted to do this. I've always found enjoyment in this. I've always wanted to take this a step further, and then you do. So that's really nice to see. Your challenge is the Eight of Swords. Notice I had mentioned an artist block, and that's what this card would represent. The Eight of Swords means self-imposed restrictions. It's an energy of feeling trapped, feeling isolated as well, but it's all an illusion. It's not real. It's just something that we impose upon ourselves, as I had mentioned before. And so just know, we never get a challenge unless we can overcome it. This is something that you can do, you can handle. This is your quest card, as I always mention. And if you decide to realize the limiting beliefs that you have, or the limitations that society's put up for you, or families put up for you, anything like that, you are going to take something much further than people would imagine. So let's say you have like a really good book idea, or let's say that you're like, man, today, this is a year I transformed my life, and you're setting yourself up for success by allowing that potential to rise within you. And so I really like it. You're gonna reach a lot of blocks. I do see you kind of talking yourself out of it. It could have to do with love and relationships. Just because we have the Lovers and the Princess of Cups, it could, this is the year I find the love of my life, or this is the year that I finally have my first child, anything like that, because this could mean like a child with a loved one, or a partner, or anything like that. Whatever it might be, there is a childlike wonderment, excitement coming in, and the adult within you is going to tell you, no, you can't do that. No, what are you doing? You have bills to pay. Or like, no, what are you doing? People are going to make fun of you, stuff like that. And it's important that you don't talk yourself out of it. So your advice card is a 5, exactly. The 5 of Wands represents rivalries, obstacles. They represent notice, and I love the 5 of Wands in this card deck, because there's just chaos all around him, and instead of letting that stop him, he's using that energy to heal himself, to create more for himself, to almost letting the irritation, or letting like the fury, or even any negative feeling, and using that as a catalyzer to change. So that's what I see for you. I hope that you enjoyed that. Let me know if it resonated, and good luck with everything you are endeavoring. Remember that you are never alone, and you are loved. Thank you again. I'm so sorry for the lead. See you later. Hey there, Tomodachi Express, what's up? Thank you so much for getting a reading from me. As I always say, I really do appreciate it, I did get home, and then when I got home, I got sick, and then they lost my luggage, and I had a delay in my flight. It was crazy, and now I'm allergic to my cats, so that's why things have taken almost 2 weeks. I apologize. I am still a little bit sick too, so if I sound scratchy, that's why. But I'm in a good mood, and I'm feeling really happy, and I love doing this so much, so thank you for understanding. Alright, you said, can I get a general reading? I hope your 2026 is full of everything you want, and all of your dreams come true. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. I think I'm just getting the bad luck of the year out of the way. I'm getting it out of the way for all of you. You're welcome. I took it upon I'm Jesus on the cross. I'm dying for your sins, don't worry. Alright, let's get a general reading for you, Tomodachi. Oh, nice. I like when that happens. 7 of Wands, setting up healthy boundaries. We also have the 9 of Pentacles so that we can focus on ourselves. Gosh darn it. And also the 3 of Cups. And finally make lasting friendships that don't stab us in the back or talk poorly about us. Finally finding people who make us feel celebrated and cared for. People that we feel like excited to be around, not afraid to. These are, I'm gonna be honest with you. I genuinely think that because you have, I don't know, I just see you getting out of your comfort zone, but not necessarily in a bad way, because you're much more equipped to handle anything that comes your way when it comes to like your social life. There's something about your social life, finding people that actually have the same dreams, goals, ambitions, and disposition as you. The biggest word I would say is disposition, just because the 9 of Pentacles is like your intention. Your intention is to be independent. Your intention is to be abundant and to live in luxury. And I see people helping you get there. I see you being around people that are living that lifestyle as well. It doesn't necessarily have to mean like, oh my goodness, I'm making new friends left and right. I do think you are going to make some new friends soon, if I'm honest. But if that's not the case, you know, if you're much more, I'm focusing on myself, I'm in my own bubble, this is putting yourself around people that inspire you to be more, you know, independent, luxurious, abundant, all that fun stuff. You know, put yourself first and care for yourself in a way that lasts. Like, I'm also hearing like, this is so, I hope you don't have to believe me, you can think I'm so cringe, but I was hearing like everlasting. There's something that you're doing that is like very different from who you used to be. There's a shift that you've made, and I don't see you going back. You're never going back. And so this positive shift, and I do personally think it has to do with the energy that you give to others, is, quote, you know, as I just heard my guide say, everlasting. So that's really good to see. Almost on a, okay, this is, you don't have to believe me, I'm so sorry, they're telling me so much. This is on a soul level as well. There's something that you've done that they're like, finally. Almost like you've done this in other lives and it was really difficult for you, but this life, like, oh my goodness, like there's a check mark. I'm seeing like there's a list of things that you are supposed to learn in this life that maybe other lives didn't work out, and they're like, finally, like that's the energy. And so just know there isn't, you know, there's people who are going to celebrate you, not just in your physical life, but also in the spiritual. So that's really nice to see. I really like that. That was a really nice message, actually. Your challenge is the 8 of Swords. I've been getting this one a lot for 2026. Self-imposed restrictions. So it's very important that you are not putting yourself in a vacuum of negative information. This has to do with drama, the news, gossip, but I already see you kind of averting yourself away from this. This is your challenge. Now, you're very well equipped to avert, you know, to successfully go past this challenge. I already see you on the path to this not being a problem for you, so it's really nice to see. And just know, anytime we complete a challenge, or a challenge is something that, you know, a quest card, we do get a reward. And to me, the reward does feel like being around happier people that motivate you, and energies that motivate you, spirits that motivate you. There's also an energy here. I don't know if you've been thinking about your physical space in terms of like the spiritual, but I see your physical space like upgrading spiritually as well. So I'm like seeing you getting new crystals or something soon. It's very, very particular. Sorry. Anyways. This is also about self-imposed restrictions. So I'm not necessarily feeling that right now. More so like what you're surrounding yourself with is a challenge. But just so you know, in the traditional sense, be careful about living in a way that society expects you. But I'm actually really not worried about that. Your advice card is the 8 of Pentacles. You got this. The 8 of Pentacles is like, you did it. You mastered something. It's so funny. This is the card of mastery, and I feel, and they had mentioned everlasting earlier, and so I think you really genuinely mastered something when it comes to having up healthy boundaries, protecting your peace and your well-being, especially spiritually and mentally. Okay, so if you went on a rampage of blocking accounts on your social media, good job. Keep that up. I've been doing that too. Block stuff on TikTok that you're like, I don't like this, you know, on Twitter, anything, block it. It'll do so well. All right, that's what I have for you, Tomodachi Express. I hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you so much. I apologize for the late, and remember that you are never alone and you are loved. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Vicky! Hi, Vicky. Thank you so much for getting a reading from me. Goodness, yeah, I guess it's been 11 days. I'm so sorry for the long wait. As I mentioned before, I have been so sick. Oh my goodness, and I'm still getting over it, so I apologize if my voice is a little scratchy. You said, hi Ran, Happy New Year. I'd love a general love reading for 2026. Yeah! Let's do that for you. Let's see what's coming in 2026 when it comes to love for Vicky. Let's get your name on up there. There we go. Let me do a little cleanse. Thank you, Spirit, for helping me in this reading to get an accurate forecast for the year 2026 for Vicky. But always know that when it comes to the future, tarot is unreliable, and that is because the future can and will change. Though I personally think it is the most likely outcome. So, you know, if you enjoy what you see, then you can have it, you know, you can step into it more, but if you don't like it, you can do something about it. Okay. Alright, what's the energy of love this year, Spirit? What's something we can look forward to about love? Alright. Ooh, okay. I feel like drawing this card. I don't know. Ah! Thank goodness I did. Nice. What's challenging us? Alright. Few things here. Number one, Princess Swords is here, and this actually does represent, like, I'm more enthused with love. I'm feeling more creative with love. I'm feeling more beautiful. I'm feeling like I can try things out and it's safe. It's all right. It doesn't have to be super serious. Like, I can be my whimsy core lover girl that I want to be, and that's all right. But at the same time, I do, to be honest, you know, I don't know if you're single or in a relationship. I do think that in that pursuit, you may be disappointed by some people that you're interested in. Like, I think it's multiple people. I don't know why. Getting the number 2, like there's like 2 people that you're like, oh man, that sucks. But that's okay. And because there are challenges of 3 swords, and this is sadness and disappointment. And I just want to remind you, Spirit wants to remind you that your soulmate isn't going to make you cry. Your soulmate isn't going to say no, you know, no, I don't want to. I don't want to be with you. I don't like you, or, you know, anything like that. Your soulmate isn't going to make you feel all of that heartbreak and sadness and negativity and fear and anxiety. They are only going to push you to be better. And so, you know, I will admit, soulmates do help you with your betterment, and sometimes there is a little bit of a challenge, right? Like, you feel good around them and they choose you, but at the same time, both of you are going to push each other to grow, push each other to have and be more. And so your advice card is the 9 of Cups, which is an independent energy. And we have the High Priestess here as well. And this is, you know, keeping things to yourself. It's also an energy of using our intuition, using our discernment. And so you'll be able to clock very quickly who's worth your time and who isn't. I also see you just genuinely avoiding a lot of bad energy. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if you're single or in a relationship, but there may be someone who's interested in you that isn't in it for the long run, or they're not quite in it for the best intentions, and you'll be able to see it from a mile away, and you'll be like, no, I'm not going to pour into that. So other than that, the Princess of Pentacles is here, and this is an energy of investing in things that are good for you. It's also feminine energy, notice Princess in this deck specifically. And so it does feel that we are starting to see more opportunity when it comes to love. We're feeling like, oh, you know, I have options, or like, oh, you know, I could go do that. Like, we're also getting more attention on us, and we're like, wow, I have so much more potential. But then again, I don't know if you're single. You know, are we gonna be? If you are single, I don't quite see like a deep, committed relationship this year, just because there's all this like potential and this spark and this fun, but there's no king of Pentacles, there's no 10 of Pentacles, there's no 10 of Cups, there's no lovers. And so for now, obviously, like it can change. It does seem that we're just encountering a lot of maybes, which is why I think the challenge is that, you know, 3 of Swords, like, oh man. So I'm sorry, I know it's probably not the reading you want to hear, but You don't have to accept it if you don't want to, you know. You'd be like, I rebuke thee, reading. I want deep love and fulfillment, reading. How dare thee? And that's okay. In fact, I do that all the time. Anytime I get a reading I don't like, I'm like, nope. And then I do a spell or a meditation to change it. I'm not even joking. I am literally not joking. Like, I'll be like, all right, spirit, let's say I'm like, you know, how's my career? And I get, I don't know, like the tower. I'll be like, okay, I can change that. And so, you know, maybe give that a try if you're into that. Excuse me. All right, I want to see, what's the energy of meeting our, you know, our soulmate, our person we're meant to be with, you know, someone that we can love deeply and be fulfilled by. I say that, and this is what, like my thumb was stuck on, the lovers. So if you've ever wondered if you have one, absolutely. I didn't do that on purpose. That actually never happens to me. It's kind of fun. So definitely has one. There's definitely one out there. Okay, so that's good to see. What are they up to? What's going on there? Not them. Not them going through the same thing. Just understand, yeah. I feel like they're going through this a similar experience where love just seems so trifling, or if that's what you're experiencing, I don't want to assume. Or, you know, love just feels like, oh, I'm super interested, but then it just doesn't work out. There's also a lot of rejection anxiety that they're experiencing right now. And the Two of Pentacles tells me that they're learning how to balance their emotions. That's their biggest goal right now. Learning how to balance their emotions, because right now they're either extremely happy or extremely sad, or if they get told no, then they get super frustrated and they cry, or you know, or they get angry or something, and they're learning how to be a more temperance have more temperance in their life, right? How, as I said, just more balance, because they just seem very emotionally imbalanced right now, and that's okay. You know, this is something that they're learning how to overcome. I wouldn't be exactly, you know, the Wheel of Fortune, things unfolding in their favor, fated events. This is also the ball moving. And so everything is going as to plan for them when it comes to being prepared and being ready for, you know, deep love that transcends, you know, the physical, that, you know, deeply changes them, making them prepared to actually handle that. Their advice card is to allow themselves to get their heart broken. And I know that's like, I know we can't talk to them right now, but I hope they're okay. Sometimes the best thing that can happen to us is heartbreak. And I know that's like really awful to say, but it's true. I have grown so much from heartbreak in my life, and I'm really thankful for the lessons that I've learned, and I do think they have made me a better person and more prepared for the really wonderful people I have in my life. So, okay, one more message. What can we do to bring in more deep love for Vicky this year, Spirit? Let's get something. What can we do to bring in more deep love? The Seven of Swords. Do not mask. Do not mask. Do not be the person that you think people want you to be, okay? The Seven of Swords is feeling like you have to change or put on a facade or play nice girl, play pretty girl, play, you know, skinny girl. Like, you don't have to do anything, right? You don't have to play a character in order to find deep love. The only person you have to be in order to shine, in order to get further when it comes to love, is you. And so figure out give yourself some time to write down what the best version of Vicky is to you, and not, you know, not what you think other people would like, what other people would expect, or, you know, what would make your mom or dad happy. What is the you that would make you feel powerful, that would make you feel excited and passionate, and that, you know, what would you wear? What time would you wake up? What job are you doing? you know, what are your friends like? Who is that person? And figure that out, and you will get much further when it comes to love. So that's really good to see. I like that. Thank you so much, Vicky. I'm sorry if that wasn't quite the reading that you wanted, but that's what I got, and I hope that was an enjoyable experience. Remember that you are never alone, and you are loved, and I appreciate you again. See you later. Bye bye. Hi there, Matcha! I'm so sorry I haven't got to your spirit reading yet. Oh my goodness, and then these took me 11 days. I've been so sick, and my dad was in the hospital, and I had to take an emergency trip and all that fun. So I just had it really rough. I'm so sorry. I hope you understand. I'll get to it soon. I did post notices all over about this on my Ko-fi, and I did my best to tell people. I had a huge list from November, and so I took it down from my shop, I believe like early December, and since then I've been chipping away at it as fast as I can. But of course on the 17th I had to go because my dad was, you know, I had stuff happen. So I'm so sorry. I apologize, and I've been sick twice, and it's been not fun. I'm so sorry, and I'm still a little sick now, so that's why my voice is kind of scratchy. But I will get to your spirit reading as quickly as I can. And how about for now we get you a little general reading and see what you need to know from spirit. Not necessarily what's going on right now, but maybe, you know, something that you could use to better your life, or maybe some information. We'll just let the cards kind of see what we got. And thank you again for understanding. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's get started. I'm a little embarrassed. I'm so sorry, Matcha. I'm really sorry that it was taking me so long. Okay. Alrighty. What do we got for Matcha? What does Matcha need to know right now? We have, the Ace of Wands, an opportunity to ride a wave. Interesting. We also have the Princess of Cups and Justice card. Oh, I want you to know that there's an energy coming in of you realizing something, okay? The Justice card represents, I understand, it's an energy of truth, honesty, clarity, but also seeing things very factually. And so at first it might feel like a hunch, like an intuition. You don't quite know if you can trust it, but very soon you'll be like, oh my gosh, I knew it all along. I don't know what it is. It could have to do, with a relationship. Sometimes the Ace of Wands is like, I'm attracted to someone, I'm attracted to something. And then the Princess of Cups is a new relationship, but it can also mean a new passion, something that really brings a bit more romance in our life, not necessarily in like a sexual way, but in a more emotional way. Like my life is feeling much more, as I said, like romantic, more emotional. I'm feeling more pulled towards something, in even in like a soulful way. And so the Justice card tells me that there's like a understanding coming in, like, oh, I could do this. Oh, I need to do this. And it feels really nice. I want to see, I feel like that's a little bit vague. So we're going to see what the challenge is. The Ten of Swords, feeling shot down, and the advice card being the Three of Pentacles. So if it's a job that you've been wanting, just know you're going to get a better job. If it's a relationship that maybe like man, I've been trying so hard to like get into this relationship, or like it was a situationship, because the Ten of Swords does mean like a hard no. It's been difficult. I've been feeling very slow paced. It's just not working for me. Well, your advice card is the Three of Pentacles, and seeing the Justice card here is there's something better for you that's going to help you feel much more in alignment, feel like you're growing more, feel like it's like the wheels are all greased, you know what I mean? And so I like to see that. I do want to pull a little bit more because I don't quite know what they mean. Sometimes when we're attracted to an energy, that just is a sign that, there's something incoming, not necessarily that that's a specific thing that we have to do. And that's what it feels like. It's like, man, I want to do this thing, but it's so difficult. Or every time I try to do it, I get a no, or something bad happens, or I don't have the energy, or, it could be like me, or I get sick, something like that. So let's see what we got. Okay. did they mean by that new interesting thing? 3 of Cups, friendship, celebration of and support. The 9 of Swords, feeling very like anxious and worried and scared. And then the King of Pentacles, and that's an energy of feeling more secure, feeling like you have control. So interesting. It does feel like it has to do with relationships, but it could have to do with work as well. Maybe we're just having a difficult time feeling like we have a place when it comes to our work. Like it doesn't necessarily feel fulfilling, and we want to start to do something that is actually exciting and more passionate. But we're like, how do I make money doing that? Or can I really quit my job and go all in on this? Now, the Justice card would imply that we're going to be able to figure out a way to do this if it does have to do with work and money and stuff like that, however it resonates. But the King of Pentacles is like, you know, I got this. Actually, I can make this work. It doesn't have to be so scary, actually. And so I actually feel, to be honest, and my ears are ringing. The King of as soon as my ears were ringing, it was because I was seeing, like watching YouTubers or looking, you know, researching a way to actually go about this. There's like a oh, that's what I can do. Oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. And that's when we start to feel more settled and it makes sense for us. Maybe you're a very like analytical person. Like you can have the feeling, you can have the intuitional pull, but if you don't have the evidence that it can actually happen, it can be difficult to kind of go forward and actually, you know, jump in. But there's someone who's going to prove to you that it can be done, that you can live this life, that can be something that you experience. And I feel that it is a King of Pentacles, like someone who's already done it, you know, been there, done that. And that's just, it's going to help you feel so much more uplifted and ease a lot of these anxieties and worries about, you know, I'll never be able to be this, I'll never be able to have this, I'll never experience this, but knowing deep down that it's all you could ever wish for. So it's nice. I see it's like maybe it's someone who is a similar age to you, or it's someone who looks like you, or it's someone who grew up in the same place as you and they made it. Like that's the kind of energy that I feel. And you're like, wow, you can do that. And yeah, I don't know why it feels like a teacher, because it's like getting you to like, this is how you do this. Okay, that's what I see, Matcha. I hope that makes sense, and let me know if you have any questions. Good luck with everything you are endeavoring, and once again, I'm so sorry for the wait, but I promise I'll make it worth it. I'll see you later. Bye bye. Hi there, Miles. Thank you so much for getting a reading for me. Oh, sorry, Vivi. I skipped ahead. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to skip you. Hi, Vivi. Thank you so much for supporting me. And thank you for choosing me as your reader. I'm so sorry for the long wait. I have been so sick. Oh my goodness. But I'm here and we're going to take a reading. Yeah, you said, hey Ram, my question is Lee giving me space because of what I'm going through? Or, question mark, yeah, let's see what we have. Why is Lee giving Vivi space? And thank you very much to Spirit for helping us in this reading. Sorry, sometimes I feel like cleansing, so we're gonna cleanse the space real quick. Oh, it's so good. Thank you very much, Spirit, for helping me get an accurate reading for me. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much to any spirits who are helping us in this reading for our highest good. Okay, alright. What we got for you? Why is he giving Vivi space? The 7 of Cups, distractions, illusions. We also have the Moon card, another card about illusions, mystery, the unknown. I think that they're, you know, I was gonna say I think they're telling the truth, but then, you know, I saw the moon and I was like, you know, maybe not. I don't necessarily think that they're intending to lie, if that's what you're wondering. I feel that they think they're telling the truth, but I do see that there are things that they don't want seen happening. You know, the 5 of Pentacles is here, and this is insecurity. This is also an energy of being separated from spirit. And notice that this is also a separation from spirit, as well as the moon. Well, the moon is about our subconscious and our intuition. If you are intuitively picking up that there's something that they are not telling you, it's it's written all over the cards here. These are the cards about hiding something. I don't want this to be seen. Don't look at this. Pay attention to that instead. Let's see why that they're not quite being straightforward. But, at the same time, Vivi, I don't want you to go up to Lee and be like, Lee, I got this reader and they told me that you're a liar. Sometimes people are trying to, protect their peace, or maybe they feel like they're being kind, or they feel like they have to. I don't think that. Obviously, lying is bad. Not being truthful is not nice, but sometimes people rationalize it. So let's see why we got the moon. Tell us, Spirit, why did we get cards about illusions, misdirection, and the unseen? Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune. The King of Wands in the Tower. Yeah, so earlier we had gotten the Five of Pentacles. And I do think that they have their sights on something very specific at the moment, and they're a little bit worried that if you knew that, it would make you feel some type of way. Like, for example, let's say that they're super invested in, I don't want to say another person, but their work, or just something you wouldn't approve of, and so they're trying their best to keep the peace as much as they can. And I say that because the Wheel of Fortune is, I feel like this is the best option. The King of Wands is, I'm very passionate about something, and the Tower is, and things feel very uneasy and unsettling, but I know it needs to happen. And so there's also an energy here of I know the sun will rise again, it'll be okay. I'm really drawn to this sun. I think it's been almost 2 weeks. It's possible that you know all this already. And it's possible that you've already gotten the answers, but if you haven't, then know that they will be shown to you. So let's see, what are they up to? What's Lee up to? Actually, I don't know if I'm even supposed to know, because to be honest, when we're doing readings for other people, sometimes we won't be shown things. We will never be shown things that we are not supposed to know. So the Eight of Cups is here, and this is about letting go and forgiveness. This is also about separation, walking into the unknown so that we can find more peace, more betterment, more passion, more love, all of those things, because cup energy is emotion. Just brighter, better emotions. I see them trying to focus on happy things. I see them trying to focus on things that really brighten up their day. Is it a person? I don't see anything about the Two of Cups. I don't see anything. There's no Lover's card. There's no Three of Cups in reverse, which would represent a third party. There's nothing here about that. I genuinely just kind of see them being all right, that's that, and focusing on things that make them happy. A lot of sun energy. The Judgment card is here. Notice how he's I'm bringing in more fulfillment, but the Judgment card is also about an epiphany moment. So I wonder what they have realized. There's some sort of realization that they have had. So that's what I see, Vivi. I hope that makes sense, and I'm sorry if that's not the answer that you wanted. How about we see what's going on in the future between Vivi and Lee? What's coming in between those two? Oh, okay. Seven of Cups coming in again. When we pull the Seven of Cups specifically for the future, it does imply that there's multiple things that could happen. It implies, but it depends on what else we pull, because it could also mean that they are, continuing to be to misguide, or not tell the whole truth. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Nine of Swords. Yeah. I kind of just see them not being necessarily forthright, and you clocking it, you feeling it. I feel I just know that there's something more. And I do think that in time, I'm like very positive because of the Emperor card here. In time, you're gonna get the answers that you need, but I also see it being like, you know, if I don't know, it's fine. But at the same time, I know that in time I will get the answers. There's a confidence coming in. Like I'm tired of being in torment because of this. I'm gonna choose to be more happy. So that's what I see, Vivi. I hope it makes sense. Good luck with everything you're endeavoring. I'm sorry if that wasn't the message that you had hoped for, but that's what I see. And good luck with everything. I say again, you know, hope that you find people who are honest and straightforward and kind to you, and I hope that we can have some, you know, better resolutions. The future can change. It doesn't have to be set in stone. So I'll see you later. Bye bye. Thank you again. Hello there, Miles. Thank you so much for getting a reading for me. I'm so sorry for the long wait, and I'm sorry my voice is a little bit scratchy still. I am still recovering from being sick, but I am really excited to do your reading, and I hope you can feel the joy. I really really do love doing these. So you said, hey Ron, I would love a general reading from you, and I'd love to give you one. Thank you. Okay, what do we have incoming for Miles? What does Miles need to know? What's going on? Thank you, Spirit, and thank you for giving us an accurate reading. Alright, this is you, the 8 of Pentacles. Alright, so this is your energy. Now, this is an energy of being in the right time, at the right place, doing exactly what you need to do. It's an energy of mastery. It's also soul fulfillment. It's an energy of, you know, we're checking off the boxes. We're doing things good. It's a really nice, it's very, very good sign that we're on the right path. We also have your focus being the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands represents a goal being accomplished. It also means reaching for the stars. It's also an energy of having things come forward and being at the forefront of your mind, our dreams, our desires, our successes, all of these things. It can also mean that we finally are able to do something that we've longed to do for a long time. And so this is our intention. This is what we're focusing on, success. This is really good to see. Seeing the 8 of Pentacles, this is about being in alignment. It's an energy of being good at what you do. It's an energy of being talented and people seeing that within you on a soul level. This deck is like very soul filled, which is why I like it so much. It does mean that as I mentioned, where we're supposed to be on our soul path. And so seeing the 6 of Wands being our intention, we are putting our focus on the right stuff, and there is going to be a success incoming in the future. Now, what exactly that is, we can find out. We got the 3 of Swords. I knew this was going to happen. I was like, there's a success coming in soon. I was like, I'm going to pull the Tower or something. The 3 of Swords represents sadness, heartbreak, and disappointment. I'm not worried about this though, because I feel like every reader would say this, but it is a sign here, especially with these, that it's a good thing. Obviously, nothing unfolds that isn't supposed to, but also everything's unfolding in your favor. And so seeing the 3 of Swords, it is like, hey, it's all right. We can be sad. It cannot be fun. It could be a little bit painful even, but know and have trust and have faith, especially in yourself, that you're going to get where you're intending. So that's really nice to see. But at the same time, maybe not fun. Your challenge is, we're going to challenge this, we can overcome it. It's kind of like a quest card. Anytime that we decide to scale this mountain, it will get us towards our highest path. It's to be brazenly confident and trust and know that you will find a way to make it work no matter what. And so even if you get a no, just trust that there is a yes on the horizon. There's another option, there's another way. The King of Wands is an out of the box thinker, so you may have to use some unconventional methods. Like, for example, let's say that you are looking for a job that actually appreciates your skill set, right? And gives you a certain amount of money. And you keep getting no, and you say to yourself, all right, I want this job at this place. I don't even know if they're hiring. I'm gonna show up and be like, hello, my name is Miles, and I love what you do here. And I just so happen to be looking for a job, You know, it's doing something that you've never done before, even getting out of your comfort zone, all in the name of betterment, of fulfillment, and, you know, be able to actually work your magic in a way that you feel you deserve. So I like it. I really do. So your advice card from Spirit is the Three of Pentacles. It's okay to ask for help. You know, the Three of Pentacles represent looking for aid. It's also about healthy collaborations and being, you know, there's just more energy of, I just keep hearing, I actually haven't heard this in a reading in a while, being at the right place at the right time. And so you might be surprised. I'm just also noticing how many stars are here. Never noticed that before, but you might notice that there's a lot of serendipity happening. Like, isn't that interesting that I don't know, right when I needed this thing, it just showed up? Or isn't it interesting that, like, I had to throw away my mattress, but my friend just so happened to, like, give me a new one. You know, that's the kind of energy I see happening, where it's just, oh, nice. And so there's a moment like that coming in. It could have to do with career. I kind of feel like it does, just because we do have this Eight of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. So just, you know, things in our work just really working out for us in a way that we didn't expect. And so just know there's kind of like a lucky moment, and they're telling you, like, hey, you know, just have pure faith that it'll work out, because genuinely it will. So if you're feeling like, man, how come that isn't working? Man, how come that isn't working? Just, you know, remember, keep your head up high and be like, it'll work itself out. And then it does. And so why did we get the Three of Swords? Why did we get the Three of Swords? For Miles. Ooh, the Eight of Wands. Speed, action, and quick change. It's exactly what I said. We're disappointed, and then it just works itself out. Like, I'm like within either the day or the next day. It's just, it works out. And you're like, man, that's so strange that it would happen that way. Look, even the Four of Pentacles having more structure and more stability, it's fine. We also have the Star card. This card means a miracle. It also means independence and also having a wish come true. Like I'm praying for this to happen, and then it does. It's actually really nice. And so I don't know if you've been struggling to find a solution to something, just know a solution is coming in very quickly. Like very, very quickly. I mean that. I know it's yeah, I actually feel that way very strongly. Okay, that's what I have for you, Miles. Thank you so much. Good luck with everything you are endeavoring, and remember that you are never alone and you are loved. I hope that you enjoyed that, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hi there, the Crystal Gem. Thank you so much for getting... Oh, I forgot to put your types of pull in. Okay, hi. Hi, the Crystal Gem. Thank you so much for getting a reading from me on New Year's. I apologize for the wait. I was so sick, but I'm feeling a lot better now. Still a little sick, so I apologize if I'm a little scratchy, but we're here. You said, hi Ran, I found a new job and I'm doing much better financially. I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you for your help when I needed it most. Would you be able to do a love reading for me and my new partner just to see the vibes? Thank you. Yeah, congratulations on getting a new partner. Let me turn the light on, actually. Boy, it's a little dark, isn't it? There we go. There we go. I'll brighten things up. Let's see. Thank you so much, and thank you, Spirit, for helping us get a reading for the crystal. For Crystal. We're gonna do a relationship spread for both of you. Okay. Oh, all right. All right. This is your energy. It's really good to see. I think that we're still struggling maybe with some emotional, maybe even like mental health stuff. But the good news is the Queen of Pentacles came out for your energy as well. And this is healing. You know, we're feeling more safe. We're working on feeling more safe, more loved, more cared for. There's also an energy here of I'm not going to stretch myself too thin anymore. The Queen of Pentacles puts herself first. And I feel like this relationship, yeah, is helping us realize what we need foundationally to actually grow in our relationships, not just romantic ones. Now, their energy is coming up as the Two of Pentacles, and this is a back and forth. So it's possible that they're super busy. It's possible that, you know, sometimes it could mean operating in extremes. Like sometimes I'm a super stressed out, but sometimes I'm so relaxed. And so, you know, if you feel like their energy is spread a little bit thin, you know, don't fault them for it. I think that they're doing their best. This is also an energy of growth. We're working the energy. The King of Cups is here as the energy in between, and this actually does represent we're talking about our emotions. We're giving each other advice. We're opening up about our childhood. We're opening up about our dreams and our goals, our desires. We're talking about mysticism and our soul and stuff like that, or at least there's opportunity to. It feels really nice to feel that we're safe emotionally opening up. And so that's what I see. If you haven't opened up to this person more, or you feel like you're opening up more than they are, then just know in time they will try to, you know, take their hand at maybe sharing a little bit more about themselves. Your challenge is the Two of Cups. I love that. We never get a challenge unless we can overcome it. And the Two of Cups represents sharing our hearts, sharing our souls, opening up. This represents relationships. Everybody wants to see this. Maybe not in the challenge position, but it does mean that, you know, if we take up the helm, then we can get so much closer. You know, we could have a very deep bond on a, you know, as I said, not just an emotional level, but a soul level. Our advice card is the Princess of Cups, to never lose that sense of whimsy, to never lose that like excitement. And, you know, I'm also feeling from Spirit with the Princess of Cups that never force someone to talk about negative things if they don't want to. You know, I'm also like kind of, there's something incoming soon too, where I feel like you're gonna ask about their childhood and they're actually gonna remember something really sweet that maybe like their mom or dad did for them. I don't know why. I know that's like super specific, but it reminded me. I remember I asked my partner a question about like their childhood, and they're like, yeah, you know, I actually feel bad because I always call my dad an asshole, but my dad used to play with me so much as a kid, even when he was tired. You know, it's something like that where I feel like we're remembering something really sweet about our childhood, and they may want to revisit it. And it actually like changes them more than you thought. I know that's like so specific. Okay, let's see what's incoming in the future for the relationship. Yeah, and hey, I want you to know I'm really happy that you're doing better. I know that I sent you the 1111, and I'm really glad that actually had a positive ripple effect. So I'm really happy for you. I'm happy. Okay. Oh, the Two of Swords. The Ten of Swords and the Six of Cups. Oh my goodness, that's what I said. So we might have some conversations that are a bit heavier, but like I said, it lightens up. I don't know why. It just lightens it up. It lightens up all of a sudden. The Six of Cups is nostalgia, but it can mean childhood. And I don't, like, I was just getting that energy. The Ten of Wands is a busy. Once again, I do see things being busy, but there is some more deep reflection happening. You know, I feel like there might be things that they haven't opened up to you about yet. And like, once again, I'm just getting a confirmation that it's going to be shared soon. Very soon. Kind of like, oh, I'm spilling the beans. I like it though. I don't, nothing negative, nothing to be afraid of here. Okay, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much, Crystal. I'll see you later. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask below. I don't mind. And good luck with everything. I'm really happy you're doing better. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hello, hi, Felti's Creations. Thank you so much for getting a reading from me. Sorry for that like quick jump there. I was making sure I put the timestamp on for your reading. Let's see what you put. Thank you so much for your patience. I apologize for the long wait. Oh my goodness, I've been going through it. You said, hi Ram, Happy New Year's. Thank you. Happy New Year to you too. Hope everything that you're going through gets better soon. May I have a small business / career rating for what's coming for me in 2026. Bonus weekend, perhaps a love rating, since I feel that I'm messing up my relationship. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you get home soon. Oh yeah, I did. I got home and and then my flight was delayed. I lost my luggage. I got sick and now I'm allergic to my cats. Dude, I think I'm just getting all the negative energy out of the way for the year. That's what I've decided. Okay, let's see what we have coming in for you, Feltis, for 2026 when it comes to career. Okay. Thank you, Spirit, for helping us, by the way. Thank you. Ooh, 2 cups! The Emperor and the Princess of Cups. You're going to be introducing something new. Introducing something new to your career. It's very important that you don't assume that because it's not going well right away that it's a bad investment or that it's something that you shouldn't do. And the reason I say this is because we have the Emperor as your focus this year when it comes to career, and this is calling the shots. You know, I get this a lot. I feel like I've gotten this a lot for you in other readings, but this is you being your own boss, calling the shots, knowing how to invest your energy and make it grow. The 2 of Cups also tells me that you're loving this. You love it so much. It's your baby. And the Princess of Cups, just, I don't know, immediately as I saw it, I saw you introducing new things. And I feel that overall you'll think like, man, maybe I'm wasting my money, maybe I'm wasting my time, you know, the launch didn't do as well as I had assumed, but there's a long-term success coming from it that I feel that Spirit is telling me. Like, maybe you launch it and, you know, no one buys it for the first month or so. Or maybe, like, you do a marketing campaign and, like, the marketing campaign just, you know, it didn't get as many hits as you had hoped. But I just want you to know there's some kind of maneuvering. There's something you're going to do that kind of shifts it and it makes it better for you. And you know, your advice from Spirit is the 8 of Swords. Anytime you notice that you have a limiting belief or you feel like you're restricted or you feel like, you know, there's something wrong with the market or anything like that, just remember that you make your own luck. You make your own way. And you don't need to ask for permission. Like, you don't need to wait. There are ways to, like, make it pick up space for you, like pick up the pace for you. You know, notice how there's those horses there. And so I do see you making wise financial decisions. It's just, and you might, like, after doing it for like a couple months or so, be like, oh, did I do the right thing? But then it works out. And so this is an energy of, like, I'm being introduced to new customers, I'm trying out new things. There's an energy as well of, like, oh, I'm starting to feel like I'm breathing life back into my work again. It's really nice. I like it. There's also something about children. Maybe you'll try to, like, sell to, like, more of a younger audience. I don't know. That might be something too. All right, what's going on with love for you? What's going on with love? We're just gonna do a little past, present, future for you. I think that'll be good. Okay, ooh, 3 of Swords, yeah! Heartbreak, sadness, disappointment. This can also mean trauma being brought back up in the past. We have the King of Cups, we're talking through it, that's really good to see. We're having deep emotional conversations, we're asking our friends for advice, maybe like our family for advice, and this is also just talking about it and knowing that really feeling is healing, but also talking can be very healing for you. I also think that you've, maybe been through it in your relationships in the past and you're just so scared that something's gonna repeat, but talking about it actually helps you feel better, and it kind of stops it too. In the future, we do have stability and structure. I would be a little bit careful. Something that you have an opportunity to release, I think that you might put it in your back pocket, like, I didn't resolve it right now, so I'll bring it up later. It's important that you bring it up now and try to work through it as best as you can. I just feel that way, like something isn't completely resolved, but we're like, but I'd rather feel more peaceful, I'd rather feel more safe. And so I will say, try to in a way that is healthy. Share what you can, you know, what's on your mind, and find resolve instead of waiting for, you know, a later date. That's all. But other than that, I do see you having a bit more peace, a bit more excuse me, security in your relationship. Alrighty, thank you so much. I hope that helped you. Sorry about coughing. I'm still a little bit sick, but I'm on the mend. And good luck with everything you are endeavoring. Remember that you are never alone and you are loved. And thank you so much. See you later. Hi there, Luna! Thank you so much for getting a reading from me. I really appreciate it. You said, could I have a general reading for 2026? You absolutely may! Thank you for taking the time to do these, right? Of course, you're so sweet. Thank you for supporting me. I'm so sorry it took me so long. Oh my goodness, I had the worst month of my life. But you know what? I came out of it and I'm happy and I'm doing what I love. I feel like that sounded very maniacal. Like, I feel like that sounded really evil the way I laughed first. Oh my goodness. Now I'm just laughing because I sound so stupid. But anyways. Thank you. I'm feeling better. Yeah. I just got the bad stuff out of the way. That's all. And anyways, I just wanted to say that I'm cheering you on with everything you have going on and sending you lots of good vibes through the tough times. Thank you, Luna. Okay, Luna. What do we have coming in for you for 2026? Oh my gosh, the drama. Okay. Oh, two things coming in. We've got the Fool and the Emperor. We're entering a new chapter and a new era in our life where we're confident. There's no room for... Yeah, that's what it feels like. Like, I was actually feeling that earlier too, and I don't want to sound crazy, but the Emperor is an energy of I've got this. I'm confident. I get to call the shots. You know, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, and it's almost like it's now or never. Like, that's the energy. There's no room for despair. And the Fool is like, I'm gonna figure it out one way or another. And so I like this. I feel like new year, new you genuinely, and it feels like you are much more independent in your energy. Like, you're not allowing people to get the better of you. You're not allowing even like the news or anything like that to get you down. Obviously it can cause worry because her real things have been pretty crazy in terms of the news, but I do see you, you know, shredding through it and like remembering that you've got this. And I really like that. I really like that. We have the Prince of Swords as a focus. There may be something that you're going to... Oh, hold on. Let's see a little bit more, because yeah, I wanted to say that it had to do with like either schooling or like developing a new skill or anything like that, which I do think you're going to do that, especially with the Emperor and the Fool. You know, we're trying all kinds of things. We're learning all kinds of new things this year. But the Prince of Swords does tell me that I feel that what you expect is not what will happen. And by the end of the year, you're going to have a lot more resolve about what your life means to you and what you want to do with that information. I know that's like very serious, but that sounds very serious, but your outcome for the year is justice, which is getting what you deserve, but it's also like a great truthening. Like, you're seeing everything laid out, and we understand it. Like, well, there's an understanding, like there's an honesty and clarity to this. And so everything you question this year, you will have an answer to, and you would just have to know that it'll come in time. And so now's the time to ask like pretty big questions. What's my purpose in life? Who am I? What am I capable of? Who do I want to be? What is my direction? You know, stuff like this. And there's a lot of resolve coming in. There's so much information coming forward. I also see you talking to yourself a lot, if I'm honest. Actually see you talking to yourself quite a bit. If you stream, you know, maybe you're like talking about more serious subjects while you're streaming, but it's not negative. Like, there's like a whimsiness to it. Like, because I'm seeing laughter and I'm seeing joy, and there's a freedom in that kind of joy. but there's also this I'm maturing. Like, you're maturing a lot. That's what it is. You are maturing so much. And I feel that there's gonna be some people that maybe challenge your, I'm sorry, this is like so specific. I feel that there's gonna be some people that challenge your morality. Because it's like, oh, what should I do here? What should I do with that? What's the right move? Like, for example, let's say your best friend, you have two best friends and they start dating and they break up. And they're like, fuck, I guess, do I have to choose sides? You know, it's something like that where you're like, you know, there is no right answer. And so, but you know you have to choose. And it's just, I don't know, there's like a lot of upgrading in our resolve and our choices, and we're feeling much more, yes, mature. It's okay, I can take the consequences, it's fine. Whatever I choose, I can take the consequences, and I'm just proud of myself for choosing in the first place. Okay, your challenge is temperance, to be patient and to find harmony. Don't do things in extremes. I do think that you're gonna be taking risks. Like, to be honest, I see that there's two major risks that you're going to make this year. I don't know what they are. You know, I can't just be like, oh, it's this, but I'd have to pull more and ask more questions. But justice says that you will get what you deserve, and it will be, you know, it'll be in your favor. And so those, you know, don't worry about what it is right now. Just trust that those risks are going to pay off in time. Okay, in time. And other than that, I would say try to avoid extremities, you know, and take your time and if, you know, find as much balance as you can, because overall, you know, two cards about balance and harmony, two major arcanas that have that essence, that energy. Your advice card is the Eight of Swords. Do not stop yourself. I don't see that happening, but you know, just a little nudge, a little reminder from spirit. Don't talk yourself out of stuff. Don't stop yourself from doing what you feel is right. And the moment that you feel that you should do something, do it. You know, if you're like, man, I really gotta do this thing, but I could scroll on Twitter for 3 hours, you know, do the thing, you know, just prove to yourself that anytime you feel like, oh, I need to do this, go for it, you know, and you'll get a lot done. There's so many new, I don't know if this means anything to you, but there's a lot of new neural pathways being carved into you this year that are gonna last your whole life, that are positive. Okay, alrighty, that's what I have. I hope that makes sense. Thank you very, very much, and hey, good luck with everything you are endeavoring, and remember that you are never alone and you are loved. Sorry about my kind of crazy laugh earlier. I hope it wasn't funny. It was funny at least. See you later. Bye-bye. Hi, Eva. Hey, it's really nice to see you again. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry it's taken me so long. As I mentioned before, I had a literal a series of unfortunate events. But I'm doing okay now. Everything's okay. Everything's getting better. I'm on the mend. If I sound scratchy, it's because I am still sick, but I'm getting better. Alrighty. You said, hi, Ron. It's been a minute and I miss your streams a lot. Oh, thank you. I was hoping to get a love reading for 2026 since it's the new year. Of course. Wishing you peace and blessings for the new year. Thank you. I think I'm on my way to it. I do. Let's see what's happening for Impa. What's going on? And 2026, what do we need to know? Thank you. This one's when I pop out. I feel like it's when I come out like this, which I love when that happens. I'll explain what that means in my readings. Okay. Yes, that's what I was gonna say. That's so funny. Anyways. This year is gonna be what you make it, okay? And the reason I say that is we have the Ace of Pentacles coming up. This is opportunity to grow. all right, but it's opportunity. And the reason why I say that instead of planting seeds, there's just opportunity to plant seeds is because it's coming out this way. If it was this way, this is about making poor financial decisions, poor financial investments and stuff like that. And so it is possible that we do this, and that's okay. It's all right to, like, you know, give our energy to things that we are not meant for, or that, you know, we are mistaken by, because we learn from them, right? Like when we make mistakes, when we do things that, you know, suck, we're like, all right, you know, I'll do better next time. And so it's not a bad thing if it did come out like this, because, you know, the rest are reading, and also the future isn't set in stone. So I could be like, oh, you know, watch out for that, and, you know, then change your fate, change the direction. Hopefully that's what we try to do when we divine. But I do see that there's a healthy balance of trying things out and seeing what sticks. And some things are gonna fall, but some things are gonna take you really far. And the reason I say this is because your challenge is the 10 of Pentacles, and we never get a challenge unless we can overcome it. And so there's opportunity this year, and you're on your track doing it, by the way, of finding a place that you call home. Okay, it can mean that we have a career that we love and we can put everything into, and it gives back to us, and we know that it's something safe, like it's a safety net for us. It can also be about getting a new home, like literally, like we have a new home, we have a place, we feel very secure and safe there. But it can also mean that we're reconnecting with like our roots, our ancestry, our people, and we know that they're going to be with us for a long time. So whatever, I will say, I think it's like a little bit having to do mostly with our connections in our family and like our place of living, like where we live. That feels more so the case rather than it being a, you know, just straight up a career thing. That's not to say that there aren't career opportunities because you are in Ace of Pentacles. There absolutely are. And so just know what you are surrounding yourself with this year is important. And so the people you're around, your room, your social media, your friends, the clothes you're wearing, the food that you're eating, everything that you have around you is going to impact you a lot this year. And so just know that the moment that you decide to kind of take what you are intaking seriously, you're going to see a lot of quick and fast-paced change in a positive direction. Okay, I know that's like very specific, and so I think starting first with like our room and our clothes, and then expanding outwards, like our relationships, our career, like stuff like that, and making sure that they genuinely make us feel like a sense of peace. That is going to make, like, it's so strange that there's gonna be some disappointments, I'm gonna be honest, but you have to be okay with that, and you have to understand that the more that you throw, the more likely you're gonna have, you know, you're gonna get it through the hoop. And that's what I see happening. You're just like, you're trying this, you're trying that, and it could have to do like let's say that you've been struggling with like your health, or like and you're trying to find the right supplement, or like the right medicine, or the right food to take. So you're trying different things, and just know this year, this would be the year that you find it. And so finding the right foods to eat, finding the right medicine to take, stuff like that. Now, and the reason I say this, your outcome for the year is a 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment, an energy of I did it, and I did it all by myself, and I'm feeling very good emotionally. Your advice card from Spirit is the 6 of Cups. If there's something that you yeah, this is what it is. I feel like you're just going back to the important stuff. You know, the 6 of Cups is nostalgia, but it's also returning to something. And what I'm seeing is like returning to the roots, returning to like where it starts, where it's the most important. And this year, it's all about like our health, our body, our environment. Like that is extraordinarily important this year, and you're gonna be really happy and proud of yourself for the strides you made in that. And so yeah, I know that's like so specific, but you are okay. Alrighty, that's what I have for you, Imba. I hope that you enjoyed that. Good luck with everything you are endeavoring, and remember that you are never alone and you are loved. I hope that was a good experience. Thank you so much, and thank you for your patience again. Let me know if you have any questions. See you later. Hi, Navi! Thank you so much for getting a reading for me. I apologize that it's been, oh my goodness, 11 days. I know that's super long, but thank you for being understanding and thank you for being patient. You said, Ron, may I have a 2026 reading, please? Maybe a focus on love and my job. Thank you. Yeah! What's going on in 2026 with Navi? Let's see what we have. And thank you very much to my guides, your guides, and spirits for our highest good for helping us in this reading. I really appreciate it. Okay, alright. Sorry, I know people say to me like, oh, Ron, you shuffle so much. I know, it's welcome to Ron ASMR shuffling stream, but it's important to me this card looks come out. Yes, okay. Alright. So we have you with the Six of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Don't worry, there's a lot of worries. Okay. I think that it does have to do with the news. It could have to do with like this energy of, oh my gosh, there's not any stability, there's not any structure of what's happening, but we find our footing, okay? I would say probably in the later half of the year, we have more of a bearings on what's going on, and we're putting our energy in places that actually give back to us, actually, you know, don't cause us to sweat so much. The Six of Cups is here. I don't know if you've been reflecting a lot on the past recently, but there is an energy of like, man, I want this back. Like maybe I want my old body back, or I want a relationship like this again, or you know, maybe I should move back to this place. And it's causing some worries, you know, will I ever do that? That's gonna be so hard. Do I have the money? Do I have the time? Or, you know, am I gonna find a person to help me with this? You know, all of this stuff. Like, we have all of these wants and all of these really sweet and wholesome and like genuinely like things you deserve and desires. But because it's like the more that we want it, the harder it feels to get it, okay? And so I always remind people, you know, the future isn't set in stone. Spirit's always gonna give us readings that we need to hear, not always things that we want to. And so just know, like right now as it stands, I just see you wanting things so much that we're scared that we won't get it, causing just, you know, a little bit of a downward spiral. But it's okay, because your outcome is the Knight of Pentacles, and this is you proving to yourself that no matter what, you can make it work. You know, this is an energy of I'm staying consistent, I'm staying on the ball, I'm showing up, I'm not giving up, and I'm doing what I do best, which is, you know, making it work out for me. And so that's what I see kind of like the overall general energies is for the year. Your challenge is the Queen of Swords, and your advice card is the Queen of Pentacles. So I never get a challenge unless we can overcome it. And the Queen of Swords to me, you know, at first I was gonna say we need to focus on like being more independent and more free of thought, but actually Spirit's telling me that you need to disregard what people are telling you and ask yourself, do you think you can do it? Do you think it's possible? Yeah, there's like something, I care a lot about what people think, or I care about what they're saying or their opinion, or you know, what they're saying about me. There might be someone in your life who just has a very sharp mouth even, and maybe they taught you in your childhood that you should always, you know, try to be your best at all times, and but I do think that this year it's very important with the Queen of Pentacles that we find more peace, and that know that you are the medicine is what I'm hearing. Like, you want peace, the answer is inside you. You want more prosperity, you have the answers. You're not going to find it outside of you. And more importantly, you're not going to find it from people that don't even want what's best for you. And so trust your intuition this year, because I feel that learning how to be more intuitive is going to put you in the best direction. Okay, and I know this, like, obviously, I really go professional psychic, but whenever I listen to my guides, I listen to my intuition, I do what feels right. I'm always shocked at how it gives back to me, how things genuinely work out, and how I was so silly that I like overthought it and all of this stuff, and it was scary, but I did it anyways, and look what happened. And so just know there's luck on your side, there's spirit on your side, and that you have all of the answers that you need, and just know, like, you don't have to wait for someone's opinion or approval to choose that. Okay, I don't know, I feel like that's important to say. I don't know, they just keep saying like you are the medicine. I don't know if that means anything to you. I don't know if that's like I don't know, you are like, they just keep saying that, like you are the medicine. I'm not trying to say that you're like sick or anything, like obviously maybe like I'm sick, so maybe that's for me too, but but the Queen of Pentacles is like, I'm relaxed, I'm in a state of peace, I'm not worrying about it, I know that I can handle it, I'm confident in my abilities and who I am, and who cares what people think, you know? That's what it is this year that I kind of see you tackling. And just know that I see you like making strides in this, all right? And so maybe, yeah, that's what it feels like. Not, you know, it's also not compromising your energy for the peace of others. You know, choosing your peace first. Okay. All right. I feel like that had to do a lot with your love life, by the way. Yeah, let's see if that's true. Eight of Swords, self-imposed restrictions, the Ten of Swords. Yeah, and the Nine of Pentacles. Once again, yes, like it seems like there's no hope and we feel kind of shot down, but then it works itself out. Like this is a year of not only surprising yourself that like you can handle this on your own. Like I know that's like so specific, but what I'm seeing is you feel like they should do this, like they should be doing that, they should be doing this, and and the moment that you put it down, the moment you get it, it's like so interesting. It's like the more that you squeeze something, the more you push it away, but the moment you're just like, all right, I'm just gonna let it rest, you'll be surprised how quickly it comes to you this year. And it's all because of you. You know, it has nothing to do with other people and everything to do with you and like your own belief. I know it's like so specific, but it does have to do with love. Okay. all right. Okay, what's the energy? I'm just gonna roll this. What's the energy for career? What star energy are we working with for career for Navi? Ooh, the third house, communication as well as good luck. And we have Taurus energy. So the more that you focus on working in a way that genuinely brings you comfort, right? Like we're not overextending ourselves, overexerting ourselves, you're going to find more luck in your career. Like it's so interesting. It's almost like because we had that Queen of Swords in the general energy. There's a lot of challenge. There's a lot of like your belief systems being challenged this year. And so maybe like you've been told that like everybody has, oh, if you work harder, then, you know, you're gonna make more money. But there's something about you just working smarter and taking it more slowly that brings more income into your life this year. Okay. All right, that's what I see. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Navi. I hope that made sense. I hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you so much. And good luck with everything you are endeavoring. Remember that you are never alone and you are loved. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hi there, Hyppie! Thank you so much for getting a reading from me on New Year's. I apologize, it's been so long. I'm so sorry. I genuinely was like in a rough spot and I was so sick. But we're here and we're gonna do this reading. You said, hi, I'm Hyppie. Nice to meet you, said like Hyppie. And I'd love a general reading on your life right now. Thank you. Yeah! Let's do a general reading for you. I hope that it's a positive experience. I hope that it is worth the wait. And thank you so much to you for consenting and choosing me as your reader. And thank you to Spirit and my guides and your guides for helping us get something that we need to hear right now. What's going on? What does Hyppie need to know? Alright. Oh, the Three of Cups. Oh, what a kind kind in one person. So this is your energy. This is being very loving. This is being there for the people that you care about. I see you wanting more connection in your life and that coming towards you. I also see you wanting to have more celebration in your life, like genuinely focus on what matters. I think that you have you know, I don't know, there's this energy of maybe people that you love, or like people around you, people in your space have been spiraling. It could have to do with the news, right? And it's like we need a woman's touch, or we need the touch of something that feels more loving, more kind, and more uplifting, especially when we're in this, you know, kind of time in history where things just feel very, very scary. We have your we have your focus being the Ten of Pentacles. This is getting to the root of things, focusing on things that matter as well. This is also setting up foundations that will lead to your success. All right, and I do think that you're starting with your connections, like your loved ones, what you're exuding to the world as well. Like there's an energy here of, I know that my kindness is going to come back to me. I know that my smile is extraordinarily powerful. I know that my words have impact and that they're going to last. Ooh, my music was turned off. There we go. And I know that my words have like a lasting impact. There's also I don't know why, but I don't know if you've been like thinking about like your future with like kids, or like your future, like, or like the future of kids. I don't know why that was coming up. Ooh, I don't know, I was just seeing something about the youth pop up that maybe like you're thinking about. I don't know, that's all I got. It was just like a glimmer of it. I don't know, maybe that'll come up later for you. But in your future, we have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is somebody who puts their money where their mouth is, or what they say they do, and what they intend they create. Okay, the King of Pentacles is someone who is a wise investor. So we're putting our energy into things that we know will give back to us. And once again, like, we have this focus on our foundations, on our future, how it's going to grow, how it's going to give back to us. This is the opposite of the Tower, by the way. So the reason the Tower falls is because the foundations are shit. All right, and the Ten of Pentacles is like, okay, no more tower. All right, if I'm gonna build something, it's gonna last. You know, it's a lasting energy. And so there is an energy of you making moves that last a lifetime, as in it's always gonna be in your life. So I do think it has to do with like friendship and connections and family, just because we do have this Three of Cups energy. But it could have to do with career. You know, if you're thinking about your career a lot right now, just know that you're making very smart financial decisions. There's also an energy here, I don't know why, like, I know it's only January and most people don't start until like maybe March, but there is something about like being excited for tax season. I don't know, it's okay if, like, you know, I don't have to do, what do you mean? I make less than the tax thing, but there's something about tax season, like maybe our friends are excited for a return, I don't know, or like our family. Anyways, our challenge, we never get a challenge unless we can overcome it, is the Hanged One. And the Hanged One represents seeing things from a new perspective. It's the Hangman in this deck. And just know that it's important that you look at things from all angles. Don't be stubborn. I'll admit, some of this is like a stubbornness energy. Like, for example, oh, you know what it is? Actually, I take that back. I don't think it's you that's being stubborn. I think there's someone else in your life that has been a little stubborn. Like, they keep saying they're gonna change. They keep saying that it's going, like, yeah, they keep saying they're going to change. And maybe they do sometimes, maybe they do for a little bit. And I just kind of see that being a challenge for you. I don't know. Anyways, our advice card is a Seven of Cups. Yeah. There's like a understanding, like, well, I can't force them to do anything, and all I can do is be myself and be a kind person, and that's the best I can do. I'm not gonna waste my tears or my worries or my energy on someone that doesn't they're just a little bit slower when it comes to making the shifts that are important. But I do see you being there for them. I actually see you being there for a lot of people. Be careful about giving your money to people. You know, if you have money to give. You know, just because we do have this Ten of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, there's a little bit of a message there. It might not actually be for what they say, just because we have distractions. Okay. I know, I feel like that's a little bit specific, but I don't think that they're a bad person, by the way. Like, I just think that they're misguided, and I think you know that too. Look at that, the lovers. Someone that we love and care about deeply. Okay, that's what I have for you, Hippie. I hope that was a good experience. Thank you so much. Good luck with everything you are endeavoring, and remember that you are never alone and you are loved. See you later. Hi there, Trisha. Thank you so much for getting a reading from me on New Year's. I apologize that I'm gone. I'm sorry. I've been super sick, but we're here. We're gonna see what we got. You, Rhodes. I love your energy. You're so awesome. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm a little nervous. This is my first on your page. Oh, I'm sorry that you came in when I got sick. I'm trying to slow down getting reading questions. What is the energy between me and Corey in March? Is it going to be romantic or come to our understanding in a conversation? Oh, yeah, we can do a little love reading for you. What's going on? What's the energy of Trisha and Corey? Yeah, what's that looking like? I'll do my kind of classic love spread for you. All right. This is you. Ooh, very communicative, very direct, very honest. The energy between is the Knight of Wands. Now, this actually does represent like heat, fire, passion, you know, things happening quickly, being said very like from the chest, you know what I mean? And then we have their energy is the Lovers. Oh, okay, I'll say this much. Are they being honest, truthful, and clear to you in March? Yes. Is it coming from a place of love? You know, the Lovers? Yes. I think it doesn't have to be romantic love. It could be, you know, most people would read the Lovers in a love reading as a romantic love, but obviously I personally think that they are choosing to be loving. Like, they're choosing to be honest and choosing to be clear, because there is an energy of like, this is how I feel, you know, and I'm gonna say it from the heart, say it from the chest here, because at the end of the day, the Lovers at its core just represents it represents choice, you know, choosing. And because it's in the upright position, and you know, also we read everything together, it does say like, I'm choosing to be loving, you know, and it doesn't have to be romantic love. Our challenge is a Strength card. We never get a challenge unless we can overcome it, and the Strength card represents confidence, courage, fighting for what you believe in as well. So you may find that, you know, you're having to say some hard things, you're having to say some scary things, and you don't quite know what the outcome is going to be, but you know deep down that it needs to be done. Your advice card is the Five of Swords. Don't assume the worst, don't jump to conclusions, and be very, very, you know, maybe soften the way that you speak a little bit. This is also, don't take things personally. You know, the Five of Swords is like, oof, you know, right in the heart, you know, right in the ego. Don't take things personally. And that might be what's happening, especially with the Knight of Wands here, which is like, I'm jumping to conclusions, I'm jumping to assumptions, because there's a lot of fire, there's a lot of heat on me. So that's kind of what I see happening in March. Is it going to be romantic or come to our understanding conversation? So let's see what that means. Overall though, I think things will be said. I think you'll get to say everything that you want, but what's important is that you don't take it negatively. You know, try to see the love in it, try to see the truth in it, and don't despair. Whatever is said is what Spirit's advice is. And be confident, right? Be very confident. Oh, Okay, is it gonna be romantic? Well, we have the Two of Cups come up as well as the Princess of Cups, and we have a lot of cards here. I think you'll be surprised that there is an energy of like romance and attraction, just because we do have the Princess of Cups. But I'll admit, I think they'll say they might say something like, I don't know if this is the right thing to say or the right moment or if this is what I want. And the reason I say that is because the Two of Cups is in reverse, and so it does mean like even if there is attraction, we're not quite acting on it, because the Princess of Cups is here and I'm interested in something emotionally, and there is the Five of Cups, sadness, loneliness, the Four of Cups, like we're not getting enough fulfillment, there's not enough there for us to actually act upon it. But the Empress is here, and this does represent like healing. It represents something being for our highest good. It represents like a love that goes beyond something romantic and into more something like you're my fellow human. And I say that because the three of Pentacles is here, and the Three of Pentacles does mean healthy collaborations. So it's very important that you don't see them as someone who's trying to harm you or hurt you or be mean to you, be unkind to you, but instead wants what's best for you. I do think there is a lot of opportunity for this to be very loving and very healing. I don't like to just speak in absolutes. Obviously, like I'm not Corey. I can't speak on Corey's behalf. But I think that if this was to go in a romantic direction, it would be very positive. I do feel that way. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, no, that's way too many. Yeah. Expansion, family, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I think that if it is to go in the direction of romantic love, like if that's the conclusion that both of you come to, because to me it does, I'll be honest, it feels a little bit up in the air. Like there's still there's different paths that you could go down. The Three of Wands is there as well. But the Ten of Cups does mean like a soul connection. It does mean like fulfillment. It means feeling very happy and at peace when it comes to like our emotional life and our connections in our family and our relationships. And the Wheel of Fortune is good luck, fated events, and things unfolding in our favor. And so I think it will... I'm kind of getting this message. You don't have to believe me. If it's not in March, it'll happen eventually. How long will it last? I'm not sure. Like I can't say that. I could be wrong. And sorry, I'm still sick, so I apologize for coughing a little bit. I may be wrong. I might be wrong because I feel like I said, I don't want to speak for Corey, but I do think it will like inevitably result into something romantic, but definitely soul-filled. If not romantic, definitely like a like this is a really good friend to be. Like they're a good person and I love being around them. Like that's the energy. Okay, that's what I see. I hope that makes sense, and thank you so much for trusting me. I hope that it was worth the wait, and hey, good luck with everything. I hope that it works out for you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Tyranness! Hey, thank you so much for getting a reading for me on New Year's. I apologize that it's been 11 days. Oh my goodness, I had a very unfortunate series of events, and I'm still sick at the moment, but I'm on the mend. I'm feeling a lot better, so we're gonna do your reading for you. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for being so sweet and supporting me and choosing me as your reader as usual. And you said, hope the New Year's went well. I'm looking for a general reading for this year. It's okay. I'm getting the bad luck out of the way. But I hope your New Year's went super well. I hope it went amazing. Let's see what's coming in. What do you need to know about this year? What are the general energies? Let's going on for Tyranness? And thank you again for being so sweet. It's good to see you. I hope you're feeling good. I hope things are going amazing for you. I've been making a joke in the readings that I'm taking everyone's bad luck and I'm dying for everyone's sins. So we can have a good 2026. It's a joke though. It's just a joke, spirit. This card came out. Let's see. And ooh, I like that. I like that. Okay. It's very important that you allow release in your life this year. Okay, you may find that you're very emotional. You may find that you're attracting the best of times, and I'll admit some and a few of the worst of times. But it'll be for your highest good. It'll be balanced. You'll be feeling beautiful. You'll know it's all in the name of healing. There's an energy of trust, you know, trusting that this will be okay, trusting that you can handle it, and trusting that it's going to be a year of fruitfulness, okay? And the reason I say that there's going to be some disappointments is we do the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups means sadness, loneliness, and disappointment. And the reason why I said it's going to be a lot of feeling is, you know, it came up with the moon as well. And so we can have the Five of Cups and just, you know, be a little bit sad for a little bit. But when we have the moon, it does imply there's an intensity to the emotion. And so when you find yourself weeping and being sad and, you know, crying over stuff, just know that you're gonna bounce back into, you know, happiness and joy a lot stronger because you're making more space for it, you're making more room for it. But the moon also enhances your emotions of joy as well. You know, the moon isn't all bad. I will say that there's a lot of unexpected things happening and a lot of confusion. Like this year you may find that you're taking it very like week by week. It's a little bit difficult to plan, but it's a good thing. And the reason I say that is your focus is the Empress. The Empress represents healing. It represents betterment. It's energy of attracting betterment and enrichment and growth and prosperity and abundance, you know, all of these things. It's Venus, and Venus is the planet of, you know, pleasure, romance, love, money. We're attracting these energies towards us. But in order for us to make room and make space for it, I do see that there are some things that have to go, and it will be a little bit disappointing. But just know that you're gonna ping pong from, you know, being in the sadness to genuinely being in a place of joy. And so whenever the sun goes down, remember that it will rise again. Like, that's very important to know, and that everything really is leading up to and, you know, happening for your own betterment. Notice how the moon is behind her. You know, the moon is feminine energy. There's a lot of femininity happening in this spread here, where we're allowing our intuition to guide us. We're choosing ourselves, we're choosing our love, we're choosing our passion. And sometimes that's a heavy burden to bear, especially when we're putting growth and healing first. That requires you know, some not so fun stuff to come forward. Your challenge for the year is temperance. It's important that you stay patient and try to keep a balance in your life. You know, I had mentioned that there's kind of this ping pong energy, and Spirit's telling you, like, hey, remember, you can find equilibrium, you can find peace, you can find a sense of temperance. It doesn't have to be like dark and light. It can, you know, you can exist in grays. And remember to look at both sides of things and you know, try to find peace where you can. Like, you know, that's what I feel. It's nice to like have a sense of like, oh, excitement, joy, and everything and all that fun stuff. But the more that we mature, all we really want at the end of the day is peace, not necessarily just constant, you know, passion and excitement and, you know, that fuel of energy, which it's nice to have that. But as I mentioned before, it's kind of like a dipping back and forth. Now the future, excuse me, excuse me. The future is not set in stone, and so obviously when we're divining for the year ahead, Spirit's gonna show us things that we can change, things that are malleable, things that we can work with. That's why I like to pull the challenge. I say it's the quest card because if we take up the quest, we will be rewarded, and it will always get us towards our highest good. And so your advice is the Wheel of Fortune, to believe, trust, know inherently that not only is everything unfolding in your favor, but you're a lucky person. I actually really feel this way, that luck really is in your favor. There's actually this energy of like, you may notice this throughout the year where you're like, man, I don't excuse me, I'm so sorry, I don't let me pause so I can cough. I'm really sorry. I apologize. Sorry, Tyranness. But you might notice that last minute things just work out for you in the best way possible. Yeah, and I've been feeling, you know, you're not the first person to get this today, and I feel like that's kind of a very common thing for the year. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. Yes, actually, for you specifically, it does kind of feel like, oh no, but then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute. Oh, it worked out for me. and I got what I wanted. Like, that's kind of what it feels like to me. It's like let's say that your computer breaks, but then, oh, but I just got a computer for my birthday, you know. But my birthday is like 2 days from now, and you get a new computer. You know, it's stuff like that where it's easy to kind of like think that it's not good, but then it ends up being good. So that's what I see for the year for you, Tyranness. I hope that makes sense. Those are the major themes. Yeah, those are just the major themes, but things could change. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'm really sorry for coughing. I'm really sorry. But hey, if you have any questions, just let me know. Good luck with everything you are endeavoring, and remember that you are never alone and you are loved. See you later. You're my last for the night, so good night to you. Bye-bye.